Today I'm going to be making some swatches, and I'm using this Strathmore Bristol paper. This one is from the 300 series and it has a vellum surface which is great for coloured pencils. There are 20 sheets in this pad and I'm planning on using this one for my next drawing. This is a lovely thick paper and it has a very subtle texture to it which will allow me to blend many layers of pencil. I'm going to be using my Polychromos for my drawing. I wanted to swatch those out on this paper just to give me an idea of how they're going to look and also how they're going to blend. I've got a couple of sets of these Polychromos and they are my favourite coloured pencil for detailed drawing. These are an oil-based pencil so they stay sharp for longer and they blend really well. I love all the colours that are available and they are light fast too, so your drawing will be preserved for many years to come. They're perfect for professionals and beginners alike and I highly recommend them. For my blending today I'm going to be using this Zest-It pencil blend solvent. This is a new one for me to try and I've heard good things about it. I will be using a small paintbrush to apply it, just a small acrylic brush that's not too firm, so that should work well. So let's do some swatches. Here I've swatched out 26 of my colours. I've just lightly marked out some small circles and filled them in with plenty of the pigment so I can add the blending solvent to half of each one. I'm really going to test to see if there are any changes in colour once I've blended and how the paper and solvent hold up, and also noting the drying time. I've added a few extra circles for any swatches of colour blends that I may want to try, so if I wanted a mix of two colours then I'll try them here. I can add several of these for reference later. I really recommend making swatches for your colours as they may behave differently on say a tan or cream paper, and this way I know exactly which colours to choose for my drawing. So let's do some blending. Now you'll want to have some kitchen paper to hand. We don't want to soak the paper when we're blending, so it's a good idea to use this to take off the excess solvent before touching the paper. Also, it's a good idea to pour a small amount of the solvent into a small container. I'm just using the lid here, but any small container will do. This will stop your bottle becoming contaminated with any pigment that you may have on your brush. Okay, I'm going to start at the top left and I will dab off the excess and blend half of each circle. I'm using just a light pressure to get a good blend, and you can see it fills in the white texture of the paper very well. I'm going to speed things up a bit. strong smells, but this one has got a very nice light citrus scent. And as you can see, the tissue has picked up pigment from the paper, which would have just ended up in your bottle. So that's another reason to use it. So, as you can see, they've all blended very well. It's filled the tiny white spaces up, and that's more noticeable in the blues and the reds, as well as the black. So, I'm going to let this dry and come back and check the results. Okay, so they've definitely dried lighter, but there's also a matte look to the blended side, which is interesting. The great thing about using this blending technique is that you can add many layers and blend layers without damaging the paper. And as you can see, I've also layered up a new swatch of blue and light ultramarine and blue and cadmium yellow. This has given me 2 new hues, which I've labelled, and I'll continue to do this until I've filled my page. All in all, I'm very happy with this pencil blend solvent, and I'll definitely be using it in my upcoming drawing. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you're considering a new blending technique, then this one's worth a try. Bye!